Okay guys, so we're out here back working on the 6x6. Had to do some cranberry harvesting, but that's over now. So working on some more filler panels to get them doors to fit. I made a cardboard template here for the back of the doors, and then I just transferred that onto a piece of steel. And I used a plasma cutter and the shear, combination of the both to get this shaped right. And I just did the same on both sides, because all I got to do is to use it on the other side, you just flip it that way. So it's kind of a mirror image. So I only had to make one pattern, which is nice. I've got the driver's side welded in. So it's fitting pretty good with the door. And when I open the door, you can see it follows the contour of the door, so it's sealed all the way around. Got to do a little bit of adding onto my top roof piece, both front and back. I should have cut that after I had the doors installed, but I didn't. But anyway, it's looking good. I gotta do the other side, and then I'll show you. I gotta add some more to this just to make it a little bit stronger. This is 16 gauge again. I'm using that same 4x8 sheet that I've been using. So I'm gonna get this one on, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've got this side in and pretty much complete. You can see on the inside here, I've added a strip of 3/4 on the edge, so it's just not a flat piece of steel. I just went to the shear and made me a few strips of 3/4 inch 16 gauge out of the same sheet I'm working with. What that does is it doesn't give you a sharp edge there where you could get caught on, and also it finishes it up and it makes it stronger too. It's not so easy to bend. This, I know this looks straight, but there's actually a bow in that because the doors got a bow, and I didn't really want that to get hit, or when the doors shut, get pushed back. So it's a win-win to add this strip on the edge. Plus it looks better. You can see it looks more finished. And then up there, I'm gonna have to add on to the roof there. That's how much I'm gonna have to add on. I'm gonna have to add on a little bit on this side too, but that's another day. I'm gonna get the other side done. The strip, you can see I don't have the strip over there, but you can see how it fits the door. It's about an inch and a quarter, I think, past the seal, which there's going to be a back seat there, so it won't be in the way. This strip is just for the door to seal good. But anyway, I'm going to get that side started, and we'll get this finished up. And hopefully we're going to go to that back panel, but that's just a flat piece with one angle in it. Then I'm going to have to probably weld some nuts on the inside here to mount it up. Okay, so I got the driver's side finished up. Looks good. Got it all cleaned up. Gonna install the door. That's that side with the trim on. Looks good. So I guess we're going to be going to the back panel now. Okay, so I've got my rear panel made and installed. Installing it with 1/4-inch bolts because this has to be removable to be able to take the seats, the back of the seats anyway, on and off. So I just used some bolts, pretty easy, just one bend in it. There is a space right here that I'm going to have to fill in. I'm just going to take a strip and I'll weld that in. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. On the other side, I got to do the same thing. And then on the inside, where the nuts are, them nuts are going to have to be welded on because, like I said, once the seat is installed, there's really no way to get back there to hold a nut to be able to install this panel. So there's an inside look. That'll all be insulated. I'll be soundproofing that and insulating it. That rear panel, probably the roof too, and underneath the seat, probably the back side of the seat too. Just to try to eliminate some of the noise on this thing, because these are pretty noisy. Okay, so I got my filler pieces welded into this back panel. Looks really good. Pretty well sealed up there. There's a tiny little gap there, but I'm gonna probably fill that with sound deadener and stuff like that, so it don't really matter. Also got my one pieces filled in up here. I gotta trim this a little differently. This one here's got to be trimmed a little differently, but that one there is nice. So it meets with the other panel. I can't put the 3/4-inch strip on this here because then I can't get the roof off. It won't come off. So got my seats back in there, my back seat. I'm gonna run her like this for a little bit and make sure everything's gonna work out before I pull it all apart and paint it. Plus I gotta install my lights, so I'm gonna have to do that before I pull it off and paint it. Set my seat on fire welding, but it don't matter. I got something planned for the seats anyway. . Okay, so I need to make some filler pieces down here. The original plastic shroud there isn't going to work, but I think I come up with an idea of how to use the original shrouds without having to totally custom make something back here. My idea is, I got it sitting up there right now. I've got it marked off where the door is going to go, and all I'm going to do is notch out an area for the door to actually go inside those shrouds. I think that's going to work. These panels aren't too expensive, so if I screw these up I can find new ones, but even if I screw them up, I ain't going to be able to use them with these doors anyway, so probably won't need them anyway. But I'm going to give this a shot, see if I can't get this to look okay. Okay, so after a bunch of cutting away at that plastic, this is what I've got. I'm not overly excited about the results, but it does get me a semi-finished look, you know, without having to spend a couple days fabricating a panel down here. So I'm going to be okay with this for now. At some point I'll probably spend the time to make a nice metal panel, but this is what I'm going to go with right now. Like I said, it gets me a finished look. Not real good looking here as far as when you open the door, but it gets me a pretty sealed cab. Okay, so I got this side finished up. I actually did a better job on this side. What a difference a little experience makes. So I may get another panel for the other side and redo that, because I really like how this side turned out. It's pretty clean looking. So we may just get another piece, another panel, and give that a try. But I'm pretty happy with what I got. So we're going to move on to wiring up these doors so we can use the machine a little bit, test everything out. So the wiring on these doors, it's not that difficult. Everything is pretty much done, pre-wired. It's pre-wired for a 900. It's not pre-wired for this older machine, so I'm gonna have to make a little few changes. Basically, you just got some switches to run each separate door. Then you've got plug-ins like this. I believe this goes to the door, one of the doors. So you're not making any kind of wiring or anything. They got terminals right here. There's 2 grounds. Actually, I think there's 3 grounds. They got a nice relay here for the system. They got fuses for each door. They got the plug-ins right here for the switches all made. You just got to plug them in. There's another ground there. And then you've got, you need a switched power source, you need the battery power source, and then another ground right here. On a 900, there's what they call a bus bar, I guess, on the front of the machine, and it's got negative, positive, and a switched positive right there. That's why this has these right here. So we're going to see if we can't get these to work on something. All I need is power and negative, so that's what I'm going to do. It's basically just kind of running the harness out of harm's way and putting the switches in, and we'll have working doors. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back. Okay guys, so you can see window is down. I do have them wired up. There's the wire there. It plugs into the harness, goes behind the seat and under the seat where a lot of the wire is. Same with that door. The wiring comes right there. Here's what I did with my switches. I kind of moved them around. The all-wheel drive switch is down there now. Headlight switch is here. I got the driver's side window, passenger side window. The switches are easily accessible by me and the passenger this way. Kind of gives them the separation. I don't really like them together. I like them separate. So these older Rangers and the newer Rangers, the wiring is not all that different. It's pretty basic even on the new ones, the 16 that I had. The switches are similar and the wiring is similar. I know they got more computer controlled engines and stuff like that, but it's really all pretty close, guys. It's not that different. Anyway, you turn the switch on, these light up just like they did in the 16 when you run them. And you can see the window goes up and down. These doors they seem to be a little different than when I had on my 16. When the window was down, the window would flop in there pretty bad. So I gotta wonder if this ain't an updated door and they put some foam or something's in there different, because these doors don't flop. The windows don't flop near as bad. Of course, I haven't had this out much, but I'm pretty sure it flopped right from the beginning. The window flopped. So looks like they did change something in these doors. I know I was on the website and I can't seem to find these doors anymore. So I don't know if they're going to discontinue these doors. I don't know. They're still running the 900 machine. So I mean, I know they got a few doors, different doors, but they don't have power window doors for the 900. So I don't know if they're going to do away with them or not. But I know on the new 1000, they have different doors. I was at the dealer. The doors are actually pretty nice, guys. In those, they're pretty solid. These doors are okay. And like I said, with the window not flopping in there like what I had on my 16, the door feels a lot better. It still is a little floppy. It's a poly door. It's plastic, so you know, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop babbling here. I'm gonna get this video out. Cab is pretty much done. I gotta figure out my lights, and then I can pull this thing apart. But right now, I'm just gonna enjoy it for now. Do some testing with it and run around with it. I can't go in the rain because I'll get my steel all rusty. But I'm gonna be running it as much as I can to make sure everything's working out right and nothing's gonna break on me and stuff like that. So I guess, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I'll see you in the next one, I guess.